Hi, Roopa.
Hi Nathan, how are you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good, good.
So, in 2024, NASA's planning to land the first woman and the next man on the moon.
Okay.
Have you heard about this?
Not really, but I've read about people planning to travel to moon and the whole planning and trying to book their spots to travel. So yeah, not specifically this.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you think about NASA sending people to the moon again?
Well, I guess it's a good initiative, but I guess Earth is meant for human beings. We should not go to another place and spoil things like we have done to the Earth. And we should let the nature be nature, moon be moon itself.
Well, that's an interesting thought. There's no life on the moon. It's just basically a rock.
Yes.
What kind of spoiling could we do to it?
No, like now that humans are so forward. You never know with technology. With just the rocks, human can maybe create something where you can actually live there. Maybe the artificial atmosphere, whatever. I don't know. There's no depth to what human can do, right? So the possibility that if the man can find a single thing that can survive there or they can do something there, they could eventually do and then send more people and get. I guess that's not a good idea. Some things should remain mysterious.
Some things. So, 500 years from now, you're able to come back and see what the Earth and the solar system's like. What do you think you would find?
I think this art would still exist. Maybe not in the present glory, but I don't think it will be destroyed or disappear. This place will still exist. I don't think just the idea of landing to moon and going there and exploring will change anything here back here.
Now, some astronauts have said that. Well, it's kind of interesting you say that. In 1969 was the first time that people landed on the moon. 1968 is the first time people went around the moon, and so the Earth as kind of like a marble. Earth Day started in 1970.
Right.
The EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, started around the same time, and there became this big environmental movement.
Right.
And some people believe that one of the big things that caused that was this perception that Earth is small and fragile, and that we need to do something about it together. Do you see kind of like that mind shift as being something that could be useful?
I think when they say Earth is fragile, it's because with whatever resource it has to or capacity for humans to live here, could eventually destroy with all the modern technology and the usage and spoiling of the ocean and ocean life, right? So eventually we might not have the rich nature that we had before, but I don't think it can destroy. But the idea to save Earth and to make sure that we keep our environment clean and safe is good for the future of our next generation, So, like your question, from 500 years from now, then we'll still have the Earth that people will look forward to live in, than not have. That's the belief. I guess if we take small steps to save the environment, the Earth will still exist.
Have you heard of space-based solar power?
No.
So the idea is you build huge satellites of solar cells, and then you beam the power down to Earth.
Like the sun?
Yes. So the sun hits these solar panels. It generates electricity. The electricity gets turned into microwaves. The microwaves get received on Earth, and they power your cities.
Okay.
The benefit about putting them in space is that you have 24/7 sun. You can put it in the right orbit so it doesn't ever go into shade.
But why would you need 24-hour daylight?
Well, I mean, the thing is, if you have a solar panel, you're only getting energy while the sun is showing on it. So if you have a solar panel and you
See,
put on...
that's the thing that I was talking about, human intervention. There's a nature and there's a job for the sun and the moon and the earth. If it stays in the present condition, revolving in its own glory, it's good. We should not intervene and have this whatever technology supplying all that sunlight for 24 hours or
Oh,
whatever.
it wouldn't be supplying the sunlight. It'd be
But
just
if you're
generating
using, but eventually
electricity.
you know that the sun might eventually, blow out. And what if you don't have the sun?
Well, then all of Earth life will die
Exactly,
too.
right? So why do we need to spend so much on that satellite?
Because you were discussing about the need to protect the environment. So right now, a lot of electricity is produced using coal and oil.
Right,
If you could
right.
produce that electricity using solar power, then you could
You could
avoid.
save. But do you think people will still stop doing that? With all that energy coming, they will find some other way to waste the natural resource here, right?
So I.
It's human again we're talking about. They will just find some way to make use of that and destroy it anyway.
So the destruction of the world is inevitable.
I guess with the all the all the things that are going, and we don't know how this will work either, right? It's not like that's a permanent solution and that's going to work. It will take a lot of effort, and we don't know if it will actually work the satellite. It will?
What? I mean, you don't.
We don't know, right?
We've been able to. We obviously can create solar cells and generate electricity. We can obviously beam that power over short distances. Obviously, it would take some work
I
to
guess.
figure it out.
I haven't read or I don't know too much knowledge to discuss that, but I guess. But for me, nature should be as is, not intervened by human, which we already have in so many other ways for our own benefits, and some things should stay as is.
So, you taking that to its extreme,
Yeah.
then we shouldn't be living in houses or driving cars.
That's true, right? But we are. That's what I'm saying. Us humans are very needy and greedy, so we will never stop. Eventually needing something that we don't want. It's just, I guess, human nature. So with whatever we have, at least we should be saving whatever is left of Earth and not destroy more. But the solar thing, if that helps Earth and save energy back here, then that would be a good idea.
A good deal. I just got the hand signal that tennis lessons have started, so I gotta
Yes.
go.
Yes.
But I think we should talk more.
Yeah, we should.
So thank you so much, Rupa.
Yeah,
I really
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Thank you.